I would say curiosity will take you a very, very long way. Regardless of what space you're in within the AI space, you just need to find something and you need to hold on to that. I think the most important thing is just to keep learning.
Welcome to Appier Voices, Women in Leadership, a special fireside chat series created for International Women's Day. 6 women, 6 conversations, 6 inspiring perspectives on leadership in the corporate world. So welcome Anna to Appier Voices. To kick off this series, we're talking about women in leadership roles at Appier. So welcome.
Thank you so much.
So to get started, I'd love to hear a little bit about you, your role, and how you got started at Appier.
Yeah, so I work as the head of customer success, and I joined almost 2 years ago. So this was prior to Appier, and I joined AdCreative, and then a year later we got acquired by Appier, and now, so that's sort of the journey into where I am today.
Your initial role turned into something that you probably couldn't have foreseen, like with an acquisition. Tell me a little bit about your team now. How has it changed?
It's been quite a journey since I joined. I was the first CSM hire. Very quickly we started to ramp up, and after that we kept scaling the team, not only in France but also in Turkey and in the US. And then a year later, with the acquisition with Appier, we also scaled the CSM team in Taiwan. So it's been quite a journey and a lot of growth.
Congrats, that's amazing. So you're obviously managing a very large team now that's global, and AI is constantly evolving. How do you manage that?
I think the most important thing is just to keep learning, not just the space we're in when it comes to the application at Creative AI, but also just all the applications that we use in our daily operations. I think curiosity and just a constant willingness to learn every day is the most important thing.
Mm-hmm. Great. So if you were talking to someone who was interested in entering the AI space or the tech space, and they feel that there's so much going on, how do I keep up or how do I learn? What advice would you give to a female who wants to enter the space but feels a little bit overwhelmed?
I would say curiosity will take you a very, very long way. And I think the most important thing is to find necessarily not your niche, but I think in the end of the day, it's going to be your niche, regardless of what space you're in within the AI space. You just need to find something and you need to hold on to that and you need to master it and you need to work really, really hard. And I think for me, if you are genuinely a curious person and willing to work hard, there's so many opportunities regardless.
I think that's what I often hear from anyone I really speak to that works in tech, especially AI. You have to have a hunger to learn and be curious and want to read what's happened overnight in the field, because it literally changes by the hour. So thinking of your career, even in the US, in Paris, I'm sure there's been moments that you're really, really proud of. So tell me about a moment that you've been proud of in your career.
Yeah, I moved here for the job. I've lived and moved many times to different countries. I think the move here to France was the hardest one, but it's also been the most rewarding one, both professionally and personally. I just restarted a whole new life without really knowing anyone. And of course it's tough, but I think the greatest lesson learned is that everything is hard when you're new. And I think I learned this lesson over and over again, but never quite in this magnitude, is that the hard never gets easier. It's always going to be difficult with new things, but the better you get at just accepting that you're new, the easier it gets. So you just need to, lower your ego a little bit and, just pull up your sleeves and dive in. So I think the whole transition here is what I'm mostly proud of in the end of the day.
That's a really good answer.
Thank you.
That's great. Even between you and I know what that feels like when the rug is pulled out from underneath you and you have to start fresh and you think, how am I going to get out of this? How am I going to make this work? But you just do. And I think women are great at doing that. Let's not complain. Let's just get this done, do what we need to do, and make light of our situation. Great. So closing question. What's one piece of advice you'd give to women earlier in their careers who are figuring things out and maybe doubting themselves a little bit?
That's a good one. I used to doubt myself a lot. Might not be an advice, but it's been my personal experience. One thing that has been very, very impactful for me throughout my 20s and also now is that I've always had a manager of mine who's been really pushing me and always believing in me. So I think one of the most important thing you can do early on is to find a workspace where you have that one person or more, if you're very lucky, it's very rare to find, that really got your back. It takes you so far. They become not only your mentor, but they become sort of your, yeah, I would say it's sort of a mentor. Often it translates into a boss because it's hard to find a good mentor, in my opinion. But I think that's my best advice. It doesn't matter so much about what that job is. It's more about learning from someone early on.
Surrounding yourself by someone who has your back and willing to teach you the ropes
And it doesn't mean that it's an easy path. Honestly, the harder the better. You often learn the most when you're the most uncomfortable. So find someone who pushes you and challenge you, and you will grow so much.
Okay, great. Anna, thank you so much.